Motivation and Healthy Living, and today it is Monday, so that means another Motivation Monday. And today's video is actually very special. It's all about growing the up. You have to grow up. A lot of people that I talked to over the past just year alone have this issue, and I realize this is the issue that everyone faces at some point in their life, and even multiple times throughout their life. Everyone goes through this, and it's about growing up. People are scared to grow up. It's a normal thing that everyone goes through, because from the age that we're really little down to 3 to 4 years old, what do? We get ran through the whole school system. No matter where you are in the world, you get ran through some kind of school system where you get told what time you got to get up, what time you got to be at this place, what time you have to go to this class, what time to eat, what time you're out, and what time you have to be home. You get told all this stuff, so you got in the habit of people telling you what to do and getting used to it. And once people break those habits, whether that's all the way up to your 18, 17, whatever age it is that you have to do some adult things, people run from it. People don't want to do it. And I realized this from just people I hang around and used to associate with. You just have to grow up. A lot of people hit these milestones in life and they fear them. They're scared of them. They don't want to do it, or they push it off to the last minute. And that can be detrimental to any type of success, goal, or just your life in general if you just want an average life. When people realize they're going to grow up, they get scared and they put it off and they don't even know that they're doing it. So for me, I know people that actually, they're 20, they're in their 20s already. They started at 20, they don't have a driver's license. They don't have a car payment. They haven't tried to buy a car. They haven't tried to get a house or an apartment. They don't have any credit cards. Growing up, you don't realize it, but it's kind of a common sense thing. At some point, you know you're going to get older. You have to move out of your mom and dad's house. You have to pay your own bills, start your own life, and do your own thing. Well, all of us run from that at some point, and the more you run from it, the longer it takes for you to take a grip of that and realize that you have to break away and do your own things and become an adult and grow up. It's scary to some people, and people push it off. I know someone that I'm great friends with to this day. They're 21, they still don't have a driver's license. They keep pushing it off, and it's that fear, they probably don't even realize, it's that fear of growing up that's stopping them. I know people that are in their 20s, mid-20s, they still live with mom and dad, and they don't go to school. It's not like they're going to school and they're being financed from mom and dad and getting help and assistance from them, but they just choose not to do it. They choose not to move out. They choose not to go and get their own place. These are things that you have to do at some point in life. No matter what, like I said, it's common sense. You have to get a driver's license. Everyone knows that. Just to do anything functional in life, unless you want to struggle and get on the bus or walk every day, you have to get a driver's license at some point. You have to move out of mom and dad's house at some point. You have to go, whether that's going to get a house, an apartment, no matter what it is, you have to do that. And then once you move out, what do you have to do? Now all of a sudden you got different bills. You have rent, you have PG&E, you have whatever it is you need to go throughout your day on a daily basis. All these things that people don't want to do, and you have to do it. And I realize the faster that you realize what these things are that are scaring you to grow up and go at them head on, you'll be a lot better off. Because for me personally, I had a hard time coming to grips with certain things, and I realized that just on accident, I would just run at it and do it. On accident, I did that. That was just how I was. I saw these things just because growing up, I had to do certain adult things earlier in life. I had to take care of myself on certain aspects of my life early on. So early on, I just decided, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to handle this on my own. And people need to realize that and get into that motion and that gear and mindset of thinking to do that. So when it comes to moving out, starting your own life, doing your own thing, you have to just run at it. Don't be scared of it. Don't push off moving out to the last years of your 20s. Don't push off getting a driver's license until you're in your late 20s. Don't push off getting a credit card, because you know in life credit is a lot. You need it to do a lot of things like moving out, getting a house, getting an apartment. What do? They check your credit history. They check your application. They do all this stuff. You have to do it. It just comes with life. So best thing to do, run at it. Early age, if you're still in your teens, you haven't got your license yet, run at it. Don't be scared to do it. Learn everything. Take the test. Take the driving test. Demolish it. Finish it. Get your license. If you're still living at mom and dad's house and you don't know why you're there for, if you're not going to school, you're not working, if you're not doing something like that, start looking at ways to move your life forward. You don't want to be stuck there. Put yourself in your parents' position. Do your parents love and care for you? Yes, they do. Do they want you there your whole life until your 30s or 40s? Probably not. And if they do, they're enabling you to do a lot of things you shouldn't do. So you need to get up and move. You need to start developing your own life, because until you start doing these things, it's holding you back to doing anything in life. You don't want to always have to be worrying about who's in the house, what time you're coming home, all this stuff, and checking Amazon. You need to be independent and go out and do these things and be an adult and grow up as an individual. Grow as a person. Grow into the person that you're meant to be and the person you want to be. Let it run, let it flood your body, let yourself embrace it. Take it all in and embrace it. So this is the big thing that I talked about with one of my coworkers actually, that people have a fear of growing up And the best thing to do with any fear, especially this one, is attack it head on. Take baby steps to do it. If you're right now living at home and you don't want to move out, or you're living at home and you're trying to do that, start looking into apartments or houses. Start looking into how much it's going to cost. Look into where you want to go. Get an idea of what you need to do. If you're ready to live on your own, awesome, great, thumbs up to you. It's an accomplishment. Keep going with it. Like I said, life's going to keep handing you stuff that you have to take in and you have to adapt to. You're going to have to grow up at some point. So if you have your own place, your own house, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, you're on your own, you're in 20, you're doing your thing, all this stuff, all these great things, you're going to work, you have all your stuff taken care of, your bills are paid, all these things, all of a sudden, life throws something at you again. And it's another time to grow up. It's when family starts. Sometimes you plan it, sometimes it happens accidentally. All of a sudden, it's not about you. You're growing up and it's not about you. You're not worrying about what you're doing every night, every day. Now you're worrying about this person in front of you that you're in charge of their life. You have a direct impact and your direct responsibility to this individual and how they're going to impact this world. So you need to make the best of it and be the best person you can be by growing into a new person. Growing into the best parent that they're going to be. Growing and fulfilling all of their needs that they need in life. Food on the table, roof over their head, clothes on their backs. Everything. It's another time where you shouldn't be scared of it. You should run at it full force and be like, I'm gonna be the best parent. I'm gonna buy them this, I'm gonna get this job, this and that job, and I'm gonna do all these things to make sure that my child is provided for in the best possible way. These things get thrown at you multiple times throughout your life. You just have to run straight at them full force. The quicker you accept that life is gonna throw you these things where you have to be like, oh shit, I need to grow up, and realize that's one of the moments and take charge of it, the better off you're going to be. You're going to develop faster as a person. You're going to be able to handle situations in life that are a lot smaller than that as they come, and it'll just run a lot more smooth. It'll run a lot better. It'll run a lot more clear, and you'll start seeing this, and suddenly you're going to realize you're doing all these things you didn't even realize it, and you do it with ease. So don't fear growing up. Embrace it. It's part of life. It's going to happen anyway, so the best thing to do is accept it and make it to your benefit. That's the best thing to do. Make it to your benefit overall. That's his big thing, Monday motivation. Grow the up. You have to do it, so just bite the bullet and do it. Because most people that don't grow up, what do? They're at home mom and dad, they do things they shouldn't do. A lot of times, sad to say, they end up, I know a few people that stay in that whole habit of going to school. You get told when to get up, where to go, when to eat, when to sleep, and then you do it all over again. And sadly, some people don't make the best decision in life and they end up in prison. They get told when to get up, when to go to sleep, when to eat, when to go back to yourself, and then when to do it all again the next day. That's some of the negative things that can happen if you stay in that routine. You never grow up and take responsibility of stuff you have to do in life. And that's just one example. Other examples, people that end up actually, homeless. It's not that they did that all at once. Sometimes you make a bad routine of making several different bad decisions that landed you there. It's always a decision that got you where you're at. It never happened by mistake. It never happens by just luck of the draw. It's usually a decision you made not just once, but over and over again, and it got you where you're at. So take charge of your life, grow up, and handle what you need to handle, and it'll make you that much of a better person. This is Daniel again with Lit About Life, Motivation, and Healthy Living. I'll see you guys in a couple of days on Therapeutic Thursday, Focus Friday. Take care.
Life keeps on complicating, and I've been having ups and downs, going through peaks and valleys.